Okay, so we are sitting in an emergency, or we are sitting in an OPD, and a young girl or an adolescent they walk into, and there can be different challenging situations. A 16-year-old married, does it account for POCSO? A 15 years old comes for MTP. Do we have to inform police, or we can proceed with the MTP? An 18 years married for 1 year, a primary gravida. Will POCSO apply? Or a 17-year-old who comes with a history of sexual assault, what to do? Let's see and open this Pandora's box of legal safeguards under the POCSO Act for child sexual abuse. POCSO cases account for 96% of 1.7 lakh pending rape trials in India. According to Kailash Satyarthi Children's Foundation, it has been seen that over the years, around 68%, which is being in yellow, 47,335 cases are of the POCSO Act. And if we see the state-wise distribution, the maximum cases are from the Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, and Uttar Pradesh, counting the topmost. So we have to stop this. And it is a collective effort under the leadership of our government, who has come up with the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights by Ministry of Women and Child Development, Government of India. Children represent the future of our country. We will do everything to support and protect the children. So under this mission, the acts which come under are the Juvenile Justice Act and the Protection of Children from the Sexual Offences Act 2012, which was modified in 2023. This is an act to protect children from offences of sexual assault, sexual harassment, and pornography, and provide for establishment of special courts for trial of such offences and for matters connected therewith or incidental thereto. A brief into the POCSO Act and the legalities. The clause of Article 15 of Constitution empowers the state to make special provisions for children. And whereas it is necessary for the proper development of the child that his or her right to privacy and confidentiality be protected and respected by every person, by all means and through all the stages of a judicial process involving the child. And whereas it is imperative that the law operates in a manner that the best interest and well-being of the child are regarded as being of paramount importance at every stage, to ensure the healthy physical, emotional, intellectual, and social development of the child. So, unlike previously, the POCSO Act now extends to the whole of India. So sometimes we might wonder what all comes under the POCSO, whether it is sexual assault, whether it is penetrative, or just abuse. So let us just go into the brief of it. One is the penetrative sexual assault. So whoever commits the penetrative sexual assault shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term, for which shall not be less than 10 years, but which may extend to imprisonment for life, and shall also be liable to fine. This includes the penetration of penis to any extent into the vagina, mouth, urethra, or anus of a child, or makes the child to do so with him or any other person. Inserts any object or a part of the body, not being the penis, into the vagina, urethra, or anus of the child, or makes the child to do so with him or any other person. Manipulates any part of the body of the child so as to cause penetration into the organs as said, or makes the child to do so. Or applies his mouth to the private parts, vagina, anus, urethra of the child, or makes the child to do so. So whoever commits this penetrative assault on a child below 16 years can go to jail for no less than 20 years, but may extend to imprisonment for life. And one such thing is aggravated penetrative sexual assault. Sometimes a senior police officer, or sometimes in the hospital or educational institute, or someone who commits a grievous crime or gang rape or uses weapons, everything comes in the aggravated penetrative sexual assault. So they have a rigorous imprisonment for a term which shall not be less than 20 years, or maybe for that remainder of the natural life of that person. Coming under sexual assault, whoever with sexual intent touches the vagina, penis, anus, or breast of the child, or makes the child touch this, it comes under sexual assault. As said, if performed by any of the senior officials or with under grievous injuries or with weapons, it comes under aggravated sexual assault, and the punishment is 5 years in this case. In cases of only sexual assault, it will be 3 years. Under sexual harassment, it comes as a sexual intent. Anyone who utters any word or makes any sound or makes any gesture or exhibits any object or part of the body with the intention that such word or sound shall be heard or such gesture or object or part of the body shall be seen by the child comes under harassment. Makes the child exhibit his body or any part of his body so as to seen by the person or any other person. Pornographic purposes. Anyone who is repeatedly or constantly following or watches or contacts a child either directly or through electronic, digital, or any other means, threatens to use or in any form of media, or for gratification purpose, it comes under sexual harassment. Punishment for using the child for pornographic purposes shall not be less than 5 years, or maybe not less than 7 years in the event of second or subsequent conviction. Now, what is abatement of an offense? A person abets an offense who first instigates any person to do that offense, secondly, engages with one or more other person or persons in any conspiracy for doing that offense, or thirdly, intentionally aids by any act or illegal omission the doing of that offense. A very important role is of the doctors. When such an offense or a sexual assault or a victim report to you, we have to report this offense to the police. Any person who fails to report the commission of an offense under subsection 1 of section 19 or section 20, or who fails to record such offense under subsection 2 of section 19 shall be punished with imprisonment of either description, which may extend to 6 months, or with fine, or with both. Any person being in charge of any company or any institution by whatever name it is called, who fails to report the commission of an offense under this subsection of section 19 in respect of a subordinate under his control shall be punished with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 1 year and with fine. So is it only that the government sector has to report? No, not at all. According to the judgment of the Division Bench of Delhi High Court, comprising of Chief Justice Shri D. Murugesan and Justice Shri V. K. Jain, stating that the government must issue direction to all the hospitals, including those in private sector, not to deny emergency treatment to rape victims and should be free of cost, failing which they might have to face punishment. I've taken the slide from old slides of Dr. Sharda Jain, ma'am. Medical examination of a child is very, very important, which will be dealt with Dr. Richa Sharma after this. In case the victim is a girl child, the medical examination shall be conducted by only a woman doctor. The medical examination shall be conducted in the presence of the parent of the child or any other person in whom the child reposes trust or confidence. Where in case the parent of the child or other person referred in subsection 3 cannot be present for any reason during the medical examination of the child, the medical examination shall be conducted in the presence of a woman nominated by the head of the medical institution. So the scenarios in the previous, when I opened the slides, were 16 years married, does it account for POCSO? Yes, it is a gray zone, I will come to that, but yes, it comes under POCSO. 18 years married for 1 year, primi gravida POCSO? Yes, it comes under POCSO. 15 years comes for MTP. Do we need to inform police? Definitely a big yes. Sexual assault, 17 years, what to do? Let's learn from Dr. Richa after this presentation. So what do we have in a one-stop center? We need to report to the police. We need to be empathetic to the girl, the victim. We should assure her she is not alone. A child health social worker should be along with. We need to take informed consents from her, the guardian, and then proceed with the examination. Indian laws and regulation, to summarize what a clinician should know. Any sexual activity with a child below 18 years, whether a boy or girl, is a crime. Law states that any form of sexual contact, even fingering, oral sex, etc., will also fall within the definition of rape. So teenage pregnancy under the age of 18 years is a criminal offense and needs to be reported to police. The Child Marriage Restraint Act has been given the right to consent post 16 years to women. So this 2-year discrepancy raises another milieu of problems. And recently the Supreme Court has come up with this. Married minor girl who gets pregnant and also has the legal right to consent because she is over 16, she cannot get aborted without the permission of her legal guardian. Recently, just 3 days back, there was a news in the Hindu Bureau. The Supreme Court questions the misuse of POCSO in teen relationships. The bench observed that parents often resort to criminal proceedings to protect their so-called honor when the teenage girls elope with their partners. So can you stop boys and girls from eloping? Supreme Court on POCSO Act misuse. The hearing on a quo moto case concerning the right to privacy of adolescents. Another news, it showed last month that Supreme Court uses special powers to set aside POCSO conviction to let couple live peacefully as spouses. Victim married the convict when she became an adult and wished to continue the relationship. The top court cautions that relief was granted due to the peculiar facts of this case and will not operate as a precedent. So they need to understand when we should not. Now that Supreme Court is coming up, let's see what's there to unfold in it. And if the victim declines medical examination in a POCSO case, what should be done? Can we forcefully examine? Answer is no. So the medical examination of survivors and the victims will be taken up. I hand over to Dr. Richa Sharma, and let's put a stop to sexual assault. Let the adolescents nurture and be the colorful butterflies and nurture into their beautiful life ahead. Thank you so much.